Shalom Yashala. Call Halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah. Waha Rakah Kodash Barakatham. I like to give double honors to the apostles and elders, the great millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Achiam who's pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Aquat out there listening. Now, who I have here up here on the screen is Edomite by the name of Samuel A. Cartwright. Okay, he's the one who came up with the BS drapetomania. Okay, which I'm gonna read. Just complete BS, man. Just Esau with their BS notions, their quote unquote educated guesses, their education system, man, which is nothing but BS, man, which also has our people destroyed for lack of knowledge, believing everything and hanging on every word Esau says, that also has our people destroyed. Okay, this is drapetomania was a conjectural mental illness that in 1851, American physician Samuel A. Cartwright hypothesized as the cause of enslaved Africans. We know we're Israelites fleeing captivity. It has since been debunked as pseudoscience and part of the edifice of scientific racism. Okay. So let me see. Yeah, this is the more so the description of it. In diseases and peculiarities of the Negro race, Cartwright points out that the Bible calls for a slave to be submissive to his master, and by doing so, the slave will have no desire to run away. And that was his whole, quote unquote, the whole premises of his thing is basically him exercising Edomite supremacy, man, which we know according to the scriptures is servitude and being submissive in the scriptures, yes. But the way Esau done it was on the left hand side, man. Okay, you guys were bug breaking and having Jake on sex farms and so on and so forth, man. That's beyond servitude. That is just downright wickedness, man. How y'all had the Israelite nation enslaved, man, from the so-called Negro to the so-called Jamaican to the so-called Haitian to the so-called Puerto Rican, the so-called Mexican, so-called Native Americans. Okay, you guys did that on the left-hand side. You guys have had our people in captivity 500 plus years, man, with all types of wickedness, man. But that's Esau's thought process, This is what I want to get. Salaki, bear with me, Baba Kusha. This is Psalms chapter 58, verse 2. Ye, in heart ye work wickedness, ye weigh the violence of your hands in the earth. Verse 3, the wicked are estranged from the womb. They go astray as soon as they be born, speaking lies. And this is all lies, man. This is all BS made up by Esau, man. But as I read earlier, as it stated, Salakia, as it's stated earlier, a part of the edifice of the scientific racism, it was debunked as pseudoscience. You just putting, pardon my French, you just putting shit out there, and people are just eating it up, because how we all know how foolish and wicked the Edomite race is, Slakia, the Edomite nation is, but they just pulling stuff out of thin air, man. Oh, you don't like to be in captivity. You don't like servitude into the so-called white man, so you have to be mentally ill. And that same attitude carries over today, man. Many senators been saying that for the last couple of years, talking about Jake is ungrateful. What if we would have left you there? Bro, if y'all would have left the whole world alone, the world would have been in peace. Everything that's in shambles is due to the ego and the wickedness, you know, of the so-called white man, you know. Matter of fact, let me get Job chapter 13 verse 4. Let me start at verse 1. This is Job chapter 13 verse 1. Lo, mine eye hath seen all this, mine ear hath heard and understood it. What ye know, the same do I know also. I am not inferior unto you. You know? And that's the beauty. That's the beauty about coming into this truth, man. That our people are waking up, man. You know? Abaratazah, you know, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yashah, I believe I'm amongst those men. You know? We're not inferior to the so-called white man. You know? Jake is the one who civilized you damn devils first and foremost, man. We civilized the so-called white man, you know, and this, you know, but it was all prophecy, man, for Esau to act like that, you know, a complete asshole. Verse 3, surely I would speak to the Almighty, and I desire to reason with the Most High. Verse 4, this is the point. But ye are forgers of lies, ye are all physicians of no value. And Esau's not, man. You continue with the pseudoscience, and you know, well, we know through the spirit and power of Yahweh Bashim Yashah, we know why Jake's in the condition that we're in. But you amplified more so with your ego and just being the demon that you are, man. With your BS scientific studies, okay, with your experimental BS that you've put Jake through, man. Let's talk about the Tuskegee experiment, okay? And let's talk about how you did it to the Southern Kingdom and the Northern Kingdom, man. How you experimented with radiation on Jake's head, man. Knowing radiation can put holes in your head, man, anywhere from the inch to 6 inches deep, man. Let's talk about that, man, because you've had, you know, we've been in subjection into the so-called white man 500 plus years. You've basically made Jake a guinea pig, man. From what's that? Margaret Sanger, you know, the Planned Parenthood, saying our people weren't fit to have children. You made it possible to where men couldn't have kids and our women couldn't have kids. I mean, Esau, man, you give Esau a BS degree, or just give Esau some ink and some paper, man, and BS comes out the whole equation. You know, it's that 1 Timothy chapter 6 verse 20. O Timothy, keep that which is committed to thy trust, avoiding profane and vain babblings. Okay, we all know profane is outside of the temple. Okay, and vain is empty. So your hypothesis, your studies, man. Only time y'all come correct is when y'all go. Really, when y'all you go to the scriptures, because y'all get all y'all info from the scriptures, but y'all twist it, man. Y'all twist it. For one, you try to debunk the scriptures, but you can't. Okay. You can't come against the powers that be of Yahweh Bashim Yahushua, man. You're not that smart, and the strength you do have in your hand was given to you from the Most High. Okay, I'll continue reading. And oppositions of science falsely so called, and that's what Samuel A. Cartwright. That's what he did, man. This nigga got some ink, got in the lab and just, you know, did a, you know, and got Jake to experiment on, you know. And for those examples of where you had Jake who who may have went back to their master, bro. Jake usually went back to their master due to the simple fact y'all put the black laws in place. When you had freed Jake couldn't do nothing. Jake was just a free man, and then you put laws in place to put him in prison. So Jake really had no choice a lot of times, man. Talking about it's a mental illness with Jake, the Israelite man and woman to want to leave captivity. Hell, when Jake was free, Jake a lot of times Jake couldn't get no land. Hell, would take Jake's wives and children and auction them off. Jake would go off somewhere and do well for himself and try to come back for his family. Esau, being a demon that he is, and sold him off and had sex with your woman and raped her, raped your children. You know. So yeah, so in some cases that's why the slaves may have went back to their masters, man. You put them BS laws in place, man, to where Jake couldn't do nothing, man. You know. I just hope this was edifying for the Akyam and Akwath. You know, once again, call halal Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Yahweh Bahashim Yahweh Shah, Wahar Rakak Kodash, Barakatham. Once again, I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone who rule well. Salutations to the select number of Akyam, who's pushing his truth and sincerity in four corners of the round earth. And salutations to the select number of Akwat that they're listening. Shalom.